Scrambled eggs can turn green, chips can burn like paper, and oats can jump up by themselves. No, this video is not about food coming to life. These are new experiments in our food laboratory, which are easy to do in your own kitchen. Welcome to our food lab. Professor Yum Yum and her lab assistant Cherry reign here. They do experiments and argue with science. They prepare glittering liquid, or create a storm in a glass, or make a flask disappear. Easy peasy! But something more interesting is waiting for them today. Cherry decides to show her artistic abilities, but Professor Yum Yum finds it a good source of an experiment. Why don't we combine art and a cabbage? Add water to 3 different food colorings in 3 cups. Put Napa cabbage leaves into the cups. Let them soak for 1 or 2 days. As a result of the artistic experiment, we will get 3 bright cabbage leaves. Moreover, unlike a painting, they can serve as a snack. And what should you do when a red cabbage suddenly falls into your hands from nowhere? Right you are! Squeeze blue juice out of it. Chop red cabbage. Cover it with water and boil. Strain off blue liquid. We've got excellent sapphire nectar. It is exactly what we need to color boring scrambled eggs. Take 2 eggs and separate the whites from the yolks. Whip up the whites and add the cabbage liquid to the whipped whites. Mix it nicely. The whites turn green. What way can we fry the scrambled eggs? There's no gas stove in the lab due to safety reasons, but Cherry knows an experiment with chips. Put chips into a plate and ignite them carefully following the fire prevention rules. They burn just as well as paper. You can easily fry the eggs above the fire. Pour some vegetable oil into a frying pan and add the green whites. Put the yolks on top carefully. The green fried eggs look weird. Anyway, take a knife and a fork and enjoy your meal. Bon appetit! We've invented a simple breakfast formula. Chips plus a lighter equals fire, and eggs plus a red cabbage equals green scrambled eggs. Can you hold a big apple on a single spaghetti piece? It's impossible. Don't even try, Cherry. You are just wasting the food. And if you take a whole bunch of pasta, you won't be able to break it so easily. Let's do an experiment. Prepare 2 blocks of foam plastic. Stick spaghetti into one of them. Cover the sticking pasta with another foam plastic block and put some extra weight on top. Together, the pasta pieces form a whole army of titans that could hold the weight of the earth, or at least of an apple. Now that's what we call team building. They are as strong as the 300 Spartans. I mean, spaghettians. Lunchtime is the best time of day in the lab. Professor Yum Yum takes healthy apples, and Cherry prefers not-so-healthy gummy bears. Well, a science battle between the snacks begins. Cut an apple into 6 slices. Put them into different containers. Add soda to a cup of water and mix it, and add citric acid to another cup of water. Cover 2 pieces of apple with these liquids. Pour Sprite into the 3rd container, and milk in the 4th one. Cover the 5th slice with vinegar, and leave the 6th one uncovered. Take out the pieces after some time and compare the results. Those covered in citric acid and Sprite haven't been affected. The pieces covered in water with soda and in milk have turned slightly darker. The slice covered in vinegar has become the darkest. It's even darker if compared to the uncovered slice. Professor Yum Yum has worked on her apple for a long time. A whole plate of differently affected apple slices looks substantial. But Cherry doesn't waste time at the lab either. She's conducting her own experiment with gummy bears. Pour water into 2 cups. Add salt to one of them and stir. Put a gummy bear into each cup. Let them sit overnight. Take the gummy bears out. They've become bigger in size. The one from pure water has become twice as big, and the one cured in a saline solution has grown even more. It's become almost 4 times as big. Poor lab gummy bears. They've become bigger than all their gummy relatives. It's time to start a gummy animal protection campaign, except that we will have to close our lab then. The result of the gummy bear experiment is a regular gummy bear plus salt equals a huge bloated bear. Professor Yum Yum is going to have a portion of her traditional oatmeal. She goes out to take a kettle, and Cherry is doing her electrifying experiments with a balloon. It accidentally drops into a plate with oat flakes, and we can witness an unexpected discovery. Put oat flakes into a plate. Blow up a balloon and electrify it. You can do it by rubbing it in wool mittens. The balloons turned electrified. Now, put it closer to the flakes and watch the flakes jumping funnily as though they are alive. Professor Yum Yum comes back. We've proved that oat flakes are very healthy and full of energy. They keep jumping out of the plate by themselves. Professor Yum Yum has built a weird construction. Cherry can't figure out what function all of these tubes and flasks should be. Isn't it clear? Professor Yum Yum is cooking pasta, but it's no traditional dish. It's molecular pasta. Cover 1 ounce of gelatin with water and stir to swell. Heat up a cup of orange juice in a microwave. Add the swollen gelatin to the heated orange juice. Stir. Wait for the liquid to jellify a bit and suck it into a syringe. Cut off a tube from an irrigation tube set. Fill it with the orange mixture using the syringe. Put the tube into cold water with ice cubes. Be careful, don't let water get into the tube. The liquid hardens within 3 to 4 minutes. Take out the tube. Suck air into the syringe. Put it into the tube and push the plunger with great force. Push the pasta onto the plate. Decorate it with fruit. While Cherry is racking her brain trying to get spaghetti out of the tube, Professor Yum Yum has already made a whole plate of it. We've got an orange molecular spaghetti with kiwi fruit for a dessert. Why are there so many beverage cans in the lab? Are you going to build a can pyramid? Or to train balancing skills? Or to do cheek massage? But Cherry has thought out another cool experiment. She takes out a gigantic king-size flask and fills it with water. Why is it so much? Does she actually want to take a bath? Nope, it's a sinking can experiment. Toss the cans into water one by one. Fanta sinks at once, but a can of Coca-Cola doesn't sink for some unknown reason. Is it magic or science? The thing is that it's a Diet Coke. It contains no sugar, so it keeps floating. Schweppes sinks too, but Sprite doesn't sink at once because of an air bubble left in the bottom indentation. The water experiment proves that diet drinks are the lightest. Professor Yum Yum has taken up a whole plate of unhealthy food. Doesn't she understand how badly it can influence her stomach? She obviously starts feeling sick after a lunch like this. But Cherry has warned her about it. To prove that she was right, Cherry performs an iodine experiment. Peel a potato and cut it in half. It is necessary to put on rubber gloves. Dip a Q-tip into iodine and run it on the potato. The vegetable has changed its color. This is a chemical reaction of the starch contained in the potato with iodine. It turns blue or black depending on the amount of starch. The more the starch, the darker the potato gets. You can check the amount of starch in other favorite unhealthy food products in the same way. Drop some iodine on cheese spread, crab sticks, sausage, mayonnaise, and bread. As the experiment shows, all these products contain a large amount of starch. In this experimental way, we've found out which products are iodioxic. Now, Professor Yum Yum will think twice before getting them for her lunch. Who needs to eat so much starch? Did you like our food experiments? Then write in your comments what you're going to do in your kitchen. Keep in mind the safety rules. And don't An apple covered with foam, acid turning into a cocktail, and jelly living in laboratory flasks? Check out lab pranks in our new video. Passions are running high in our biochemistry lab because a breakthrough invention is on the verge of discovery. But there is a problem. Two outstanding scientists, gurus of chemistry, share one lab. Dr. Botany and Professor Electra. This small lab is way too cramped for such great minds. Plus, a place in the worldwide scientific conference is on the line. The one whose invention wins will get an award and fame. That's why the scientists try to disturb each other however they can. Professor Electra has brought new samples of her material into the lab. Dr. Botany immediately wants to sniff out what kind of substance is in the beakers. But Electra is a tough proton to crack. She will never reveal her secrets to her competitor. There is a sweet treat in the beakers instead of a chemical reagent. Dissolve gelatin in hot water. Take some of it and add different food colorings. Pour the jelly into a beaker with a funnel. Dr. Botany is trying to start the chemical reaction of the substances, but this beaker has only one reaction. It freezes and doesn't move because there is jelly inside. I got you, Botany! Next time, you will know that taking someone else's samples is bad manners. Dr. Botany is working on a space-time transmitter. The atmosphere in the lab is very tense. Even the fuses can't stand the combined power of her mind and the soldering iron. What should she do now? Electra is not happy about this at all. She had to stop her Brad Pitt cloning experiment in her corner. The lights in the entire building went out. At least one scientist has bright ideas. Electra shows a trick with an energy-saving bulb. Place it near a plasma globe and it lights up. The lamp is placed in the electromagnetic field produced by the globe and starts shining. But once you move it away from the globe, it fades. This way, you can make even a broken fluorescent or neon lamp work. These are the wonders of physics. Botany can turn on a lamp even without electricity, but she needs a plasma globe with discharges inside, thanks to Nikola Tesla, who invented this globe more than 120 years ago. And now Botany feels like the goddess of electricity. Dr. Botany comes up with a formula for a perfect drink. Mix some paradise apple juice with some flower pollen extract and add 3 drops of the elixir of happiness. Electra watches her colleague with envy. It can't be true that Botany produced a cocktail which will bring her victory. Electra will distract her from the drink with her formula of sweet acid. Pour some soda into a laboratory flask. Add green food coloring. Attach a warning chemical danger sign. There is one last ingredient left. The professor puts dry ice into the flask to make smoke. The acid cocktail is done. Electra is bravely drinking the toxic substance. Botany is worried about her colleague. Drinking acid just to win is way too much. Did Electra actually produce a formula of safe acid? Now, Botany doesn't consider her own cocktail so unbelievable. She will have to work harder on her recipe. It's time to have a snack. There is nothing that can make Electra skip lunch, not even winning the Nobel Prize. The burger's not going to eat itself, and while Electra is wielding a knife and a fork, the real scientist, Botany, is inventing something more interesting. She is cooking a molecular dish. Heat chewy candies in a microwave. Add food coloring. Add powdered sugar and mix the sweet mass of different colors. Shape colorful balls and connect them with toothpicks to make molecules. Botany is mixing some selected atoms and electrons. Let's add a steam cooker effect. and pour the potion onto your competitor's plate when it's ready. The chemical reaction starts. Electra's lunch is decomposed into molecules. Edible molecules. They are as good as real candies. At the end of the day, having lunch in a lab means being ready for anything unexpected. Dr. Botany is studying some schemes and graphs, but Professor Electra has already prepared a sticky prank for her. She sneaks a sticky slime into Botany's pocket without her noticing. Doctor is doing inventory on beakers in the lab. She doesn't even have a clue that there is slime hidden in her pocket. Botany looks for some answers to her experimental questions in her pockets, but she finds a filthy, sticky slime. I see what's going on. It's the work of my colleague. She is the only one who could have possibly generated some extraterrestrial slime in our lab. Electra is thrilled. The prank worked, but Dr. Botany suggests she take a look at her own pocket. Maybe there's a surprise there too. Electra reaches into her pocket and finds a sticky rat. Ew! How disgusting! Botany knows that her competitor is afraid of rodents. That's why she sneaked a toy rat into her pocket. This black rat that sticks to everything around it looks nasty. Well, this is a nice revenge prank for the pocket slime. Electra gives a healthy apple to her colleague. It's simply glowing with health. Cut an apple. Cut out the middle. Fill the hollow with some baking soda. Use toothpicks to attach the top with the cutout stem back to its place. Pour vinegar through the hole. Dr. Botany remembers the fairy tale about Snow White very well. That's why she's studying the apple very closely. But she can't see anything different about it. But Electra can surprise her friend. She pours some mysterious substance into the apple, and a reaction starts quickly. The apple starts sizzling and foaming. How interesting! It's not an apple, it's a little volcano. But it smells pretty bad. Of course! Because there is baking soda and vinegar filling that doesn't go well with the apple's natural chemistry. Anyway, the experiment was certainly a success. Electra is very eagerly working on her invention. Dr. Botany can't let her competitor make a lot of progress in her work. She will use her fear of rats once again. Some test mice will make Electra shriek with terror and throw her off her track. Put gummy mice into a jar. Attach a corresponding lab sign that says mice. Draw a tag that says, "Eat me," and tie it to the jar. Professor Electra is so terrified of mice that she can't even be in the same room with one. But Dr. Botany doesn't mind mice. She eats a mouse straight from the jar. Electra can't even imagine how this snack tastes. Apparently, Botany awoke her inner Catwoman. This display is so shocking that Electra gives up. But Botany assures her that these mice aren't disgusting at all because they are made out of jelly. Nevertheless, that doesn't calm her down. So long as this jelly candy is shaped like a mouse, it's not edible. Tensions are still running high in our lab. Botany has just noticed that Electra stole her research, but Electra is convinced otherwise. What have we started? A fight of intelligence and the doctorate. The lab is even full of smoke. Our gurus of science use notes of their research as weapons. They calm down a bit and remember that they are still friends. And no inventions can ruin that. They give each other cute presents to make up for what they've done. Dr. Botany made a magnifying glass. Make a handle and ring for a magnifying glass from light black clay. Connect the pieces. Attach clear plastic cut out from a folder instead of a magnifying lens. Attach toy eyes on top. And Professor Electra made stylish lab glasses. Attach soft mini pom-poms to plastic safety glasses. Our professors are great scientists, but they still love presents. They love this funny magnifying glass and these glasses with fluffy pom-poms. They stop competing and start being besties again. The scientists combine their powers. They have more chances to win if they work together. Botany and Electra invent a molecular hyperspace anti-gravity capsule for time traveling together, and they start testing it on themselves. Let's hope that we will still see them in real time. Did you like our lab pranks? Then write in the comments which experimental pranks you would like to pull off. And don't